If one night you see a girl standing by the roadside asking for a ride, would you stop for her? If yes, then listen to this story first, because who knows what might happen next. This is Whisper from History, where forgotten voices rise again. It begins on a rain-soaked highway somewhere in the American Midwest. The wind howls across an endless stretch of asphalt. A single pair of headlights cuts through the mist. A man drives alone, his wipers struggling against the storm. Then, through the blur of water and darkness, he sees her. A young woman standing by the roadside, her dress pale, her hair clinging to her face. She raises one trembling hand, a silent plea for help. He slows the car. She opens the door without a word and sits quietly in the back seat. Her voice soft, almost distant, when she finally speaks. "Thank you for stopping. I needed to get home." She gives him an address a few miles ahead, and for a while only the hum of tires and the whisper of rain fills the air. But when the driver turns to ask another question, the seat behind him is empty. The road stretches on. The car door never opened. No footprints in the mud. Only the faint smell of damp roses left behind. Stories like this have been told for nearly a century, from the back roads of Texas to the fog-covered bridges of Massachusetts. Each version changes the name, the face, but never the feeling. A lost traveler, a kind stranger, and a mystery that refuses to rest. In 1939, Chicago police logged dozens of calls about a girl named Mary, seen hitchhiking near Archer Avenue, always wearing a white party dress, always vanishing before reaching the gates of Resurrection Cemetery. Some said she had been killed there years earlier. A night of dancing turned to disaster. Her date's car crushed in the dark by another speeding through the rain. And ever since, her ghost returns, searching for a ride back to a life she never finished. But was it only myth, or something deeper rooted in collective guilt and longing? The Great Depression had left scars on every family. People vanished without goodbye. Trains carried the desperate across empty plains. Maybe the Phantom Hitchhiker became a reflection, a symbol of those who never came home. As highways expanded and cars replaced trains, the stories followed the asphalt. California had its Lady of San Pedro. Utah had the ghostly bride of Route 89. In Hawaii, they whispered of a hitchhiker who smelled of wet earth, said to be the goddess Peel herself, testing the kindness of mortals. Truckers tell their own tales. Late-night confessions exchanged over diner coffee. A voice on the CB radio saying she is stranded. A figure waving under the neon glow of a rest stop sign. And then nothing but static. Some refuse to stop anymore. Others keep a flower on the dashboard, just in case. Sociologists call it a modern folklore, a product of loneliness and motion. The road itself a kind of ghost, carrying memories, mile after mile. But even the skeptics pause when they hear how identical the stories are. Different states, different years, same quiet girl, same sudden disappearance. One investigator traced reports from Illinois to New Mexico, finding witnesses who swore they had driven the same stretch, seen the same pale figure. He asked one woman what she remembered most. Her answer was simple: her eyes. They looked alive. But this was only the beginning, because the legend does not end with highways. It moves into new eras, rides along with technology. Dashcams flicker at night showing flashes of white near guardrails. Phones record brief voices that vanish into static. Digital ghosts for a digital age. So what are we really seeing out there in the dark? Echoes of tragedy, fragments of memory, or perhaps something waiting still on every lonely road when the rain begins to fall. A reminder that some journeys never end. Sometimes The ones asking for a ride at night aren't human at all. They might be lost souls still searching for the way home. So if you ever see someone waving for a ride in the dark, will you still stop? If yes, remember this story, because maybe your choice could change everything. And if the story haunts you, don't forget to subscribe for more.